Corbeaux was started out of a personal need. My background is as a professional mountaineer and big mountain skier. So at the time, for 2014, I was working, one of my sponsors was a merino wool base layer company. And I found that it just wasn't really keeping up with me. Wool doesn't dry as fast as synthetics, so it was staying wet and becoming irritating on my skin. So then I went to my outerwear sponsor, and they also made huge company, you guys all know, made synthetic base layers, and those just felt like plastic. And they didn't fit right. As a taller athletic woman, they were always coming untucked, and the sleeves were too short. So I started wearing their men's base layers. And those are more functional, but then you get to the hut or the refugio at the end of the day and take off your outerwear, and you're wearing like this big saggy sacks, and it didn't really feel super cute. So I was like, why can't there be synthetic base layers that are super high quality, that feel really nice to the touch, but that are also cute? So in 2014, we did a crowdsourcing campaign on Indiegogo and raised enough money to go into production of our first round of manufacturing. And our focus was to make synthetic base layers that looked as cute as well as they functioned. So focus was on bright colors, obviously, and fun prints. All of our items are designed and tested by athletes in Aspen, so not by fashion designers sitting at a desk in a city. Because of that, we have really acute attention to detail. So all of our seams are in the right place to cut down on chafing. Our bottoms don't have elastic. They're like a yoga pant, so it's interfacing, so it cuts down on muffin topping, as well as bulkiness when you're layering. Since this is your underlayer, you're going to put stuff over this, and you don't want to have less bulk. Then things like well-functioning pockets that are in the right place if you have your pack on over them. You can put your phone in, any phone fits in here, and it's tacked down. A lot of our more techier shirts have a watch window, so when you pull the sleeve over, you can actually, your thumb holes are on, you can see the face of your watch and check your altimeter while you're moving. Hoods that actually fit a ponytail. And totally block the wind, fit under your helmet because it's thin enough fabric, and also block the sun. So just little details that I, as an athlete working with companies, always been frustrated that they wanted my feedback, but I never actually saw that turn into actual product. So we have, and then our other major point was to be as environmentally friendly as possible. Since nature is where we spend all of our time, in the mountains and everything like that, we manufacture only in the US. We manufacture in Minnesota and a little bit in Colorado. And then all of our fabrics are made from recycled plastic PET water bottles. All of our trims, threads, labels, hang tags, packaging are all sourced locally and also made from recycled materials. And the yarn is actually an energy-saving yarn, so it's dyed at a significantly lower temperature to decrease carbon emissions as well. So these are all pieces from the Fall 19 line. And I'll start here with the silk weight. This is what I had on yesterday, guys, for the orienteering. It's a great 4-season fabric because it's super lightweight. It's flowy and soft like silk, but it has added stretch to maintain shape and durability. Great 4-season fabric and fun colors. Wash it, dry it, will never fade. Then we have our Tempo line, which is more of a mid-weight. That's what I have on now. It's a super tight weave of fabric. And that gives it a warmth without a bulk. So it's warmer than, right now I'm a little warm. It's warmer than you think it's gonna be. And the tight weave also provides a naturally occurring UPF of 50 plus. So without a chemical bath, you have the sun protection there. So again, a great crossover shirt. One of our other goals was to provide clothing, performance wear that was evergreen. So you could wear it throughout the seasons, throughout your activities. Because living in Aspen, I live in a very small apartment with a very small closet. So. Then we have our contour line, which is more of a mid-weight. We call it a bubble fleece. So there's little circles of fleece that hit your skin, wick away the moisture, and then channels of a thinner fabric around it to create a breeze to promote airflow so it's faster drying. And then we also have an expedition weight fabric that I don't have here with me, but it's like just a traditional solid fleece. So for fall 20, we've really developed, fall 20, we've really developed further our heavier mid-weight lines. For summer 20, we're really excited. We have our first summer wholesale line coming out. We've sold out 2 years in a row now, all of our tanks and tees through the direct-to-consumer channels. So summer 20 will be the first summer that we've now offered that as wholesale as well. So what else? We started in the ski industry because that was the industry that we knew. So right now, our focus just to start growth was in specialty ski. So this fall, we're shipping to about 35 specialty ski retailers in about 11 states. And then we're also in a handful of the large national online chains, or not chains, online stores. And our growth for the future would just be to stay independent and small, maintain manufacturing in the U.S., and grow the athleisure into athleisure and general athletic wear. This about 2 weeks ago, I got a PO for next summer from the Aspen tennis courts because the woman had seen so many women in Aspen playing tennis this summer in Corbeaux that she felt she was missing the opportunity and she wanted to sell it in her shop. So that was a market I never saw us getting into, so that's pretty cool. And I had like 2 more minutes of talking, but I think let me think about it. I will go to questions and then think of all the other things I wanted to say as we answer them.
Thanks for going first.
Yep.
Sorry, going first, I know it's really hard. Biggest, I guess, since launch, biggest fail? We talk about failing, recovering. Biggest fail, I guess, that you've seen in your business and what you learned from it?
One I was talking about yesterday was the first 6 months of the business, we were actually called Bare Layers. And then a Canadian scuba diving company wrote us a cease and desist letter. So we had to totally rebrand everything. And so Corbeaux, something I left out, means ravens in French. My husband grew up in France, and there's a folklore that's based out of Chamonix, a mountaineering folklore, that when people pass in the mountains, their spirits embody the ravens. And over the years of a ski mountaineering career, we've lost a lot of friends, unfortunately. And whenever we're up in the Alpine and we see ravens, we think of them as our friends playing with us and protecting us. And if we don't see ravens, we usually turn around because it doesn't feel like we shouldn't be there. So that's the...
And what did you learn when you changed your brand?
From that it's really important to be able to pivot as an entrepreneur and as a brand, that things don't necessarily go according to plan a lot. So having the flexibility and also just the openness to change.
So is your IP in place now?
Our what?
Trademark of your
Oh,
brand?
yes, yeah. Yeah, and the logo has been really popular and really resonates with people when they hear that story. Also the story just of authenticity behind the product, as well as conscious consumerism growing as a trend in the marketplace these days, our story of sustainability. So yes, we're good.
What % of your business is winter, and is that a problem for you? Like, how do you think you're going to scale on the other season?
We only started with winter products, so the first 2 years were solely winter product, and that was when we realized, having never started a business before, that creates some cash flow issues. So that is why we did create our summer line. This silk weight fabric, as you can feel, is a fabulous. It's funny. So some comments that we got from specialty ski stores were that they were focused on more of a tourist comes to Aspen or Vail and wants a heavy midweight. They don't think that something that thin will keep them warm, whereas we were coming at it from the mountaineering side of things, so we're thinking of skiing as a sweat sport. And a lot of people don't think you sweat when you ski, but you definitely do. So we had that fabric first as a winter fabric, and I still wear it. My husband skis in the bottoms all winter long. And they're great for uphilling, but they're also great for a summer camping base layer. My mom sleeps in them every night as pajamas because they're so breathable. So, long story short, now that we've created the summer wholesale for summer 20, it will really even things out. But I would say 70-30 right now, winter versus summer. Mm-hmm. We do. We also have a men's line. Mm-hmm. Yes, he doesn't wear my pants. I didn't mention that.
What's your future sales and distribution strategy?
So breaking away from just the specialty ski shops, looking at more of general sports stores. So we do really well in mountaineering shops, but then also now tennis and general sports running stores, and then growing into the larger box stores like an REI would be hopefully a future attainable goal, and Title IX. And but then also, so really boosting our wholesale, and then right now we're 50-50 really, and we have been since we started, of direct sales and wholesale. So hope to boost and I envisioned more of a 70-30 split. So boosting that wholesale, and then simultaneously we believe that e-commerce will grow with it. So.
What's your strategy for direct to consumer as far as acquiring customers?
So we've never done any paid advertising.
Okay.
We would like to. We're in the middle of raising money right now, which is really fun. And, but part of that would be to put some money into actual marketing, do a whole brand overhaul, marketing, professionally, and do some paid advertising. Right now, it's just word of mouth. We have really relied on our contacts in the ski industry, leveraged our athlete friends, and other contacts, journalists and photographers and stuff like that, and relied on them to get the word out and create really great content for us.
Can you talk a little bit about your approach to price point?
Sure, we definitely have a higher price point than other synthetics on the market, and that is because we are made in the U.S. and it's a recycled content product. So we have had a little bit of pushback from that, but then once people actually try the product and realize it's going to last them years and years and years because of the high quality, they're willing to pay that higher price point.
Awesome.
Okay.